Have you ever had one of those days when something really small happens? Someone sends you an annoying email, you spill your coffee, or you get stuck in traffic, and suddenly it feels like the final straw. The strange thing is, the small event probably wasn't the real problem. The problem was that your stress container was already full. Today, I want to show you a simple way of thinking about stress that can help you identify what's putting you under pressure, and more importantly, what you can do about it. So grab a piece of paper and a pen, because we're going to draw your own stress container.
Start by drawing a large bucket or container in the middle of the page. The stress container model gives us a simple way of visualizing what happens when pressures build up. Imagine that all the different stresses in your life are being poured into this container. And stress can come from all sorts of places, but four of the biggest are health, wealth, work, and relationships. Let's start with health. Perhaps you're worried about your own health. Maybe someone you care about is unwell. Perhaps you're exhausted, not sleeping properly, or waiting for medical results. Write down any health-related stresses inside your container. Next is wealth or money, bills, debt, the mortgage or rent, the cost of living, worrying about whether you've got enough money for the future. If money is creating pressure for you, put that in your container too. Then there's work. Deadlines, workload, difficult colleagues, uncertainty, long hours, responsibility, or perhaps not having work and worrying about finding it. Write those down. Finally, relationships. Partners, children, parents, friends, and colleagues can be a huge source of happiness, but relationships can also create enormous stress. Conflict, caring responsibilities, loneliness, separation, or simply worrying about somebody else can all add to our container. And of course, you may have stresses that don't fit neatly into any of those four areas. Add those as well. Now take a look at your container. How full is it? Some stresses we can deal with. There's a problem, and there's something practical we can do about it. We might need to have a conversation, make a decision, organize something, or take action. So ask yourself, which of these things can I actually do something about? Other stresses require support. You don't necessarily have to solve everything yourself. Support might mean talking to someone you trust, asking a colleague for help, speaking to your manager, contacting a professional, or simply telling someone, I'm struggling with this. Ask yourself, where could I use some support? Then there's a third category that's often the hardest. Some things we simply have to tolerate for now. We can't change everything immediately. Sometimes the situation is outside our control. Recognizing that can stop us wasting huge amounts of energy trying to control something that isn't ours to control. Now there's another important part of this model. Imagine your container has a tap at the bottom. That tap represents the positive things you do to release pressure. Exercise might open the tap. Talking to somebody might open it. Getting outside, listening to music, having a hobby, laughing, resting, or spending time with people you enjoy might all help. What opens your tap? Write those things next to your container. Because if stress keeps pouring in and nothing is coming out, eventually the container overflows, and that's when we often notice our stress signature. Your stress signature is your personal warning sign that the pressure is getting too high. Maybe you become irritable. Perhaps you stop sleeping. You might get headaches, withdraw from people, eat differently, lose concentration, or start worrying about everything. Everyone's stress signature can look different. So ask yourself, what are my early warning signs? What changes in me when my container is getting too full? Write those down too. Now look at the picture you've created. What's filling your container? What can you deal with? Where could you ask for support? What might you need to tolerate for the moment? What does your stress signature look like? And most importantly, what opens your tap? You can't always stop stress from entering your life, but you can become much better at noticing when the level is rising and making sure you have healthy ways of letting some of that pressure out. For more information, check out our videos on well-being and coping, all good ways to relay stress to stop us becoming overwhelmed.